This is just me summing up my first 31 days of horror experience. This is the first time I've done this challenge, and at least 6, maybe 7 times throughout I felt like giving up, because for a number of reasons. Sometimes you're just really tired at the end of the day. You don't really want to watch a movie, let alone speak about it afterwards. But something made me stick around. Maybe it's just like this idea of seeing things through. And then once in a while there were really nice comments from you, and this always kind of, when you can foster some kind of a film discussion, I think this encourages you to move on. And some of the movies I discovered were just brilliant. I think at least 2 movies this month were so good that I'm really excited to rewatch them really soon. So let's see what is my top 5. I guess the most amazing experience has been Dead Ringers. It's not my most popular video this month, mind you, but this is the movie that really completely just blew me away in every respect. And almost as much is great, I found Black Rainbow from director Mike Hodges. That's a fantastic film. It's a little bit harder to promote because it's a bit more low profile, but nevertheless it's magnificent, and I have since found out there is an Arrow Blu-ray of it, so surely I need to get me a copy of that. So Dead Ringers, definitely the most accomplished film overall. Black Rainbow is amazing and poetic. When it comes to revisiting some of my childhood favorites, I was really impressed by how well The Serpent and the Rainbow holds up nowadays. I just think it's a magnificent film. Absolutely lovely. When it comes to frustrating experiences, there's been 1 or 2. I think this Barbarian Sound Studio from the makers of The Duke of Burgundy, I thought that movie was the one that really made me question the whole idea of reviewing 31 Days of Horror, because I caught it early on and it just made me very bitter. But I'm sure it has its value, it has its audiences. It just wasn't right for me. The most surprising film was probably Bad Biology from Frank Henenlotter. I've never seen anything by that filmmaker, and I was blown away by just how crazy, over the top, and just wild that film is. It's super low budget and has many rough edges, but I was just shocked just how frank that movie was. So it managed to freak me out a little bit in terms of like good taste, bad taste, nasty jokes in that film, but it worked really well for me. And the best editing I would award to the movie House, this Japanese movie from director Obayashi. And that film, otherwise I disliked it. I just couldn't bear it, especially at the end of that movie. But in terms of editing, I just thought this was really artistically so well put together, and that editing really stayed with me. I loved it. And from the older movies, I would like also to bring up Curse of the Demon, Night of the Demon from director Jacques Tourneur. This was a recent discovery for me. It's a black and white movie made by an American producer in Britain with Dane Andrews. That's a wonderful old school horror movie. I can heartily recommend that one as well. The least popular review so far on my channel in these 31 days has been, strangely, House of the Devil, the Ty West movie. I don't know why it just didn't seem to have picked up any views at all, even though it's a pretty positive review. Anyway, somehow that film seems to have less people search for it on YouTube. I don't know, for whatever reason. Yeah, so 31 Days of Horror. Will I do it again? That really depends. Right now it's too soon to tell, but what I really enjoyed was also checking out other people's channels. And even though this month it's been really hard to proper go and check the people's playlists, but I'm aware now of a few people out there who make great reviews, and I'll be checking them out soon. So once again, I hope you guys got something useful out of it for yourselves. I hope you enjoyed my first impressions of these movies. I mean, these were mainly just straight after viewing the film, I'll just you know, sit in front of the camera and just you know, let it roll, because I didn't do any particular research in terms of cast and crew, trivia, things like that. I just rattled off what was on my mind directly after the movie. Usually I mostly had fun. Some of the movies, like I said, put me off and made me question the whole idea of being a movie fan. But that's when the movie hits you, the wrong movie hits you on the wrong day. This can have that effect on you, I think, when you're because I've been a fan for a few years, and now and again you think, have I still got the time for this? Have I still got, you know, what it takes to even discuss movies? So when the wrong movie happens on the wrong night, it can really throw you off balance, I find. And it's then the biggest challenge is not to be really evil on camera and not to tear that movie to shreds just because it happens to piss you off in that particular moment, because that's not why I'm on YouTube. I don't want to like destroy movies and be like this negative critic, you know. I just want to foster some kind of discussion, really, that's all. And the great news today was something popped up on my newsfeed, was that George Romero's Martin, the original long lost 3-hour long rough cut print has been dug up and rediscovered. So that just totally makes my day. And now with the shorter cut coming soon in 4K. So yeah, that's been the greatest news of my day, and hope you're having a fantastic Halloween, and thanks so much for sticking around.